Hello, everyone. Welcome to It Came from Webtoon. Got a really fun, short little book yet. It's only got 4 chapters, but so we'll get through it pretty quickly. Called Gumshoe City. I want to welcome my co-host Michael Oden. How you doing, man?
We're doing all right. World's going to hell in a handbasket, but we're here talking about comics, so
Hey,
there's at
you know
least
what?
something going right.
Just like during the Great Depression, you got to have some cheap dime novels to read, and that's what Webtoon gives us. Here's the intro. All right. My name is Erik Hodson. I am at Dreaded Dinosaur, creator of Dreaded Dinosaur Man on Webtoon. I am, of course, joined by Michael Oden, creator of Elysian Fields. You can also find the 0 issue up on Webtoon. Yeah, we are talking about Gumshoe City today. This is a cute little book that, well, I guess you could say little. It's only got 4 chapters, so we're going to get through it pretty quick, but it is updating regularly. It's pretty new on the scene. And it's one of it's a I guess a parody of crime noir. Is that what you would say?
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's probably one of the most New Yorkiest books I've ever read. Like that's literally every single line of dialogue. I feel like I'm listening to people talk from fucking like old school gangster mobster movie. They named the protagonist Meatball. Okay, so like I think that should really throw you into like what to expect with this. This is the writer really is having a great time just messing around with this. The art and it's really fun. Kind of reminds me of the book Chew. That Image did back in the early 2000s. Like really solid stuff. I've read through the first few chapters of it, and they just updated one today, so forgive me. But I've enjoyed what I've read so far. It's a good time, definitely one that I'd keep up with. And I mean, like if we could zoom in even more on that, just look at this Gumshoe City, established, none of your business, and population. Who wants to know? like totally, like as I said, like absolutely, just you cannot read this and not just have some New York Italian accent going on in your head.
Yeah, the dialogue is just so much fun. It's like right when you get off the bat, it's like everyone's always pounding the pavement, knocking skulls, kissing babies, whatever it takes to find the next big case.
Yeah, like it's freaking ridiculous. You've got a police commissioner that's a girl that has a mustache taped on her face.
Oh yeah.
And not even taped well. It's like you can see like the scotch tape, the holding the mustache there. Just look at that.
What do you mean, you crime scene? You mook? Much respect to anybody who uses mook in a sentence. I mean, Chief,
I still can't get over that line about
in a stash that would make a push room jealous.
Dude, it's a pretty classy series. Like I think my favorite line that I've read so far is he's my friend. We're supposed to meet up for lunch, and I get a plate full of missing friend with a side dish of dead broad. Just, oh god.
And so then he's got his buddy here, Tommy Hollywood, former military, now a professional sleazebag for the stars.
Looks straight up like a more cartoony version of Sully from Uncharted.
Oh yeah.
Like his shirt just needs to be more obviously a Hawaiian one, and that's it.
Oh yeah, totally. The art style is simplistic, cartoony, but it works. Like It's so much fun. It's like a Dick Tracy. It's like Dick Tracy parodying, a parody of Dick Tracy almost. And Dick Tracy was
Yeah, which
already a parody
kind of
commentator.
a parody.
Yeah.
And like it completely owns everything that it is. Like
Oh yeah.
it's like yes, this is a super simplistic cartoony style for a super simplistic cartoony over the top ridiculous parody of old school noir.
Yeah.
Like it, goodness gracious, could you get any more? Like you even got like the obnoxious diner lady there.
I love this first intro to this. It's like, what are you two cats having? Who's asking? None of your business. Two black coffees it is.
Oh man.
It's like you're suspicious of everybody in a gumshoe town.
This, as I said, this is the most Italian book that I have ever read. This is the most New York Italian. I mean, outside of like the like classics like Mario Puzo's Godfather and stuff like that. But like as far as comics are concerned, this is like literally like this just oozes.
I mean, I would really want to see this as an animated cartoon.
100%. Sarah is there in the comments. Hi, Sarah, Sarah.
Hey, Sarah, how you doing?
Joining us here this evening. You're the best. And come on through, guys. Let's talk about some Webtoon.
Now, one of the things that I really like, and it's a little kitschy, but using the film strips for the segues when you're going back in time and talking about what happened.
I think that's a really nice touch.
Yeah, it's great, and it's all sepia toned, so you get that extra layer of nostalgia.
It does it provides a way. It provides a way for a solid transition too, because I don't even know if he has like a thing that says some time ago or what have you.
Well, yeah, it's like 1 week ago.
Yeah, but like even if they didn't, I feel like you could see this and be like, okay,
yeah,
this is being shown this way because it's a past event. Is this why you have it as a film strip? It's something that's already happened, whereas we're experiencing like when it's normal panels, it's the present. You'd be able to get that and make that kind of thing. There's a book that I've read recently that like wasn't on Webtoon that tried to do flashbacks to things that happened before, and it didn't have any verbal cues, and the panels looked the exact same as anything else. So it was super confusing jumping back and forth. But this, I think you wouldn't even necessarily need the verbal cue because you've got those film reels. And so I think that stylistically, it's a really good design choice.
He's got this fake ID that he's trying to use to get in. It's just like a picture of him with tape on it.
Look at that mustache, man.
It's like fake glasses that this. So you're learning about his one buddy who's dead, the snakeskin fella, and what they were doing beforehand. So they're wearing glasses with a fake nose and fake mustache.
They've got the Groucho they got the Groucho marks. Sarah in the chat saying you guys are awesome. Just thought I'd add that in there. You're gonna make us blush, Sarah.
Thank you.
Blush. It's what's gonna happen. We're too humble for that.
Here's our favorite police chief, who's female with the fake mustache taped on.
What is that in her mouth? Is that her teeth? Like,
yeah,
is that
like
her teeth?
Gum. So she's got like a really gummy, like.
Ew.
it's nightmare fuel.
It really is.
Kind of nightmare fuel.
That's something that you tell your therapist about. So don't worry, it won't harm you. But it's there. It's around every corner.
So yeah, I mean, the cool stylistic nature, like of these buildings here that are, they come to a point as they go down towards the earth. That kind of cartooniness. It's just beautiful to look at. It's fun. It's easy to read.
Yeah.
Has that vintage feel coming across really well.
And what's also really cool is this. I think this is formatted technically for a book, but they've optimized it really well for Webtoon. It reads on. I looked at it on my phone. I've looked at it on my laptop, and it reads well on both.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. There's a few things I had to zoom in on my phone just because it was a little bit small, but on a tablet, it's absolutely beautiful. I love this billboard here. Mayor Venus investigating a new future for Gumshoe City. Less oversight, more cases closed. There's
Not,
all
not
and
with the
then,
attitude of their inhabitants. With who's asking? I wonder if that's how everyone talks like in restaurants. It's like, hey, what can I get you to eat? Piss off. It's like, all right, cool. You're starving today. Good job.
I love the simplistic lighting of this middle panel here. Looking outside, you got this nice little underlight here coming in off of the secondary character, and of course, there's dirigibles in this world. It's kind of like this, almost slightly steampunkish with the dirigibles, but definitely around that.
It's kind of got that Batman the Animated Series
Yeah.
Gotham vibe to it with the freaking airships, and you even got the red sky there too. It's more of a bright orange, but it's there
coming out. Yeah. So this is where you're seeing the fat cats. Apparently, fat cats all live on airships. Those are all the ultra wealthy people. So they're trying to sneak in.
Hey man, that's where they all live. That's why you don't actually see them around anywhere. They're just always in their airships. And now the airships are invisible. I need to stop because that's going to start a conspiracy theory. Someone's going to watch this video and say, it all makes sense. All the rich people hide in invisible airships.
Meatball's like, that's huge. Meatball, please, your poverty's showing. I'm going to make sure and use that line next time I'm out in public with Varian or something.
Your poverty. Go into a McDonald's and order everything off the menu, off the dollar menu. It's like, hey man, your poverty's showing. At least go for the Big Mac.
That's such a great line. Anyway, so give this book a like. Give it a sub. Give it a chance, especially if you like crime noir, which I really love crime noir. So I'm really into this, and I'm not bothered at all by the cartoony style. It's fun. It's Dick Tracy-ish. It's got that.
I think it really enhances it because, again, this book just knows what it is and completely steers into the skid. It's like, this is totally freaking ridiculous. So, our art style is utterly ridiculous. And they do a good job of establishing that.
Anything and everything gets turned into a conspiracy. That's true.
It's like Rule 34, except with more dire consequences.
Oh man, yeah, no, this is definitely a good one to look for. So again, this one is called Gumshoe City, and you can see, bringing up the analytics here on it, they've got 341 views so far, 20 subscribers. Looks like a solid 10 rating, 4 issues up. They have a Patreon link too. You can check them out there. The newest issue here was dropped on January 11th. So it looks like every couple of weeks we're getting new chapters in this. I'll definitely be following this one for sure.
Absolutely. And speaking of views, we should do a view count on our series. What's Dreaded Dinosaur at this point?
Oh, that's a good question. Where am I?
Let's take a look. It's the perfect time for shameless plugs.
Go to the. Can I go to the front?
No, you're not allowed.
There we are. Okay, so 2,350. I have 110 subscribers, 9.4 rating. Yeah. I've really got to get this next episode wrapped up.
You're killing me, man.
I know.
I want is more Dreaded Dinosaur.
I've got all this other work that's been paying the bills that I got ahead of it. I just shipped out 2 other things.
How dare you take personal finances and responsibility seriously over your fans wanting more Dreaded Dinosaur?
I know.
But in all seriousness, great book. I can't praise Dreaded enough. It's a great time.
There he is. I always like to come to this scene here, which shows like the main relief, the first ever full view of the character.
Oh, Sarah, you're gonna make us blush for another reason. Look at you. Nothing wrong with shameless plugging. Just please use lube first.
Oh,
Bite the pillow, honey. What?
not naughty. Well,
um,
anyway, you're gonna have a smooth ride reading Dreaded Dinosaur, man, because it's
shit. Anyways, we're having too much fun on this stream.
yeah, no kidding. Let's pick on Elysian Fields. Where are you at, brother?
Yeah, let's pick on my tiny book. It's actually not so tiny anymore. I'm gonna have to put up an update here this week to thank everyone, because we're getting some big numbers. We're at 46 people that have subscribed to the series. We've
Nice.
got 1,200 views. I think all in all 40 hearts and a 10-star rating out of 10, and that's super humbling. We've actually had I've actually had some really great comments coming in, and people hopping in and really enjoying the series. I've been trying to interact with them as much as possible, but this is a super great start for Nine Realms up on this platform. And so, yeah, if you haven't read the Zero issue, go on ahead and do that. It's all up there now.
So so the full issue, the full Zero issue, is now up on Webtoons completed.
Yep, everything's up there, and I'll probably post up like an occasional piece of like character art or something, but I'm pretty adamant that we don't start putting up Pyramid Gambit until we start getting closer towards putting out the next book.
Right. Yeah, Sarah's biting the pillow, all right. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate the comments.
You're keeping this show fun, so you're holding down the fort, and we appreciate you.
All right. Okay, so for Pyramid Gambit, I missed what you said. What, you're waiting till when to start posting that?
So what we're gonna do is the hope is to start the campaign of the third book, Pages of the Dead, sometime in the late summer. So when we launch that next campaign, we'll start putting up the updates for Pyramid Gambit.
Okay.
Because I want to make sure that, the people that got the book through the Indiegogo campaign, and if we fund on Kickstarter, which I think we will, we're over $1,000 on there of a 2,500 stretch goal. We've got 14 days left, plenty of time to get that Kickstarter funded. I want them to have the chance to read through the book and have that before I put it up here for free. I think that people who put forth the monetary investment to us should be rewarded. Webtoon, I'm all down for expanding my audience, and I completely understand times are what they are. Free is the perfect price to do any of this stuff at, but anyone that's willing to throw money at us our way, I'm going to be giving them the extra perk of getting to read this and experience it first, and then
yeah, absolutely. As far as I'm going, I've got a clear path to a point in the story that I want to get to before I can even think about doing my Indiegogo book, because I don't want readers who've been following along to be lost. And there's lots of little points that I've got to hit so it makes sense. And I'm really looking forward to getting to that point in the story and get that Indiegogo book going, because I'm going to have a lot of fun putting that together.
I'm looking forward to it too, Eric. I'm going to be in, like, if I am not the first backer on your campaign, I will be within the first 10.
Okay.
You know it.
Well, I'll definitely hold you to that. And
the only way that's not happening is if I somehow end up destroying my life over the next few months and find myself living in a hole.
We'll pray that don't happen, man, because you got talent and you're a good dude, so we don't want you don't need your life destroyed.
But in all seriousness, the moment that campaign goes live, it's going to be, I am going to be fighting for the #1 spot. I will be there.
I've got some pretty ambitious plans for it, as far as stretch goals and the bric-a-brac that I want to have around it. I've been working on an NES game. If you've paid attention to Indie Volt on Tuesday nights, Varian let that cat out of the bag. I've been trying to do a legit NES cartridge game of Dreaded Dinosaur Man, and it actually ties in with the story a little bit. So it's still an very early. I don't even have a beta yet of it or an alpha. I'm just trying to learn, because the NES was made in assembly code, which is just this bizarre language. And you don't have to do a lot of programming with what I'm using. I'm using a program called NES Maker, where they have done 95% of all the coding for you. You just have to plug in your graphics, your sounds, and then you can start learning to code enough so that you can do special screens and different things in the game. So they've made modules that are like shooter module, fighting module, roguelike, Metroidvania style, and then of course platformer and the Legend of Zelda style games. So you pick a module and you work with inside of it. So I've been trying to do that. I got plans for an action figure. I've got a 3D printer. I've made some prototypes of joints that work. So now I just got to get the actual thing sculpted and start prototyping the actual figure. But so that's in the works too. Not sure that both of those will hit, but at least one of those will probably hit for the book when I'm ready to launch. So that'll be fun.
And that's exciting, man. It really is.
We live in a really crazy time period. Things are topsy-turvy, turbulent. There's so much uncertainty, but we can also, you can do desktop manufacturing so easily now. Things that we could never have conceived of when we were younger, not even 5 years ago. You got this amazing statue of Achilles for your campaign.
Let me bring him out.
By the way, I do want to say we have questions coming up. We're ready for those. We have 34,000 people listening tonight, 33,421 listening right now via Indie Volt Radio. There's the statue. You guys got to come over to the Indie Volt YouTube page. You're missing out on a lot of cool visuals. We just went through a beautiful webtoon that you could be reading for free. See that? And now my man Oden here has got his statue of Achilles for his Elysian Fields premium tier. And beautiful work, hand painted. What is it, about 12 inches?
This is a quarter scale.